Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to be so important to this England setup. It's been confirmed that he is set to play in midfield in that first game against Serbia this Sunday. I think it's the right decision, and in this video, I'm going to talk you through why. I'm going to go through how I'd set up the team based on what I think Gareth Southgate's going to go with on Sunday in terms of that first 11. We're going to go through my tactical setup. We're going to go through some examples of why Trent Alexander-Arnold and Jude Bellingham's link-up is going to be so important this summer. And most of all, we're going to tell you why this system can bring England success. I know a lot of people are worried about Trent in midfield. I think a lot of people think that it's shoehorning him into the team, but I don't think so. I think you've got a player there with X-factor, match-winning ability, who I think can help England lift this trophy. Now, before we get into everything, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're getting a lot more England content coming. Apologies if this video is a bit of a mess. I've tried a lot of different things here, and I hope you can appreciate that to show you why I think this can really, really work. And I think it brings the best out of two of England's most important talents. Now, let's get into it. So, this is how you'd imagine England are going to set up, right? Trent in midfield, Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham as that midfield three. A lot of people wanting to see someone like Kobbie Mainoo or Adam Morton in there. Personally, I think if he was going to go for someone else other than Trent and maybe play him at right back or potentially left back, then I think you would go with Adam Morton to allow Declan Rice to go on that little bit more. But this is probably what he's going to go with. Trippier at left back, Gay, Stones, Walker, Saka, Bellingham, Foden, Kane. Foden for me has to play. I think a lot of people are concerned about him on that left-hand side. But for me, he has to get in the team. Let's go through then some of the reasons why I think Trent in midfield is going to really, really benefit England this summer. Really going to benefit England this summer. And a lot of it revolves around this man, Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham, 19 goals in La Liga last season, and I think he can be a real goal threat for England this summer. You see how many goals in the penalty area as well. See how many goals in and around that penalty area here. And one of the things I want to focus on as well is headers. Because you've got, in Trent Alexander-Arnold, you've got one of the best early crosses to the back post in the Premier League and in Europe. And we're going to show you some examples why I think this can really, really work and really benefit Jude Bellingham. We're going to get into the team in a little bit more detail as well, but I really want to focus on Trent because there's been so much conversation around him, and I think he could be a game changer for England. We've got a load of examples here of some of Trent's brilliant crossing ability from this kind of position. Now, if we go back to this page where I show you the team, I'm going to show you just a little example of us in possession against sort of a low block, packed out defence. This can be Serbia in that first game. This can be any other team that's going to kind of sit in deep against us. For me, if you're kind of looking at Trent Alexander-Arnold, this zone of the pitch is his, playing in that right-hand side of number 8 sort of role, right? When we go back to this slideshow, right, I'm going to show you some images here. That's where Trent is there, operating there. He's playing at fullback there. This is a good few years ago at Liverpool against Wolves. I think it was the last game of the season, maybe where they were going for the title against Man City. If we move that along one, you've got Sadio Mane there, in at the back post, crashing in, header, goal. Jude Bellingham is one of the best box-crashing midfielders in Europe, if not the best at it. The best at arriving late and getting into the box to score these kind of chances. Whether it's a great diving header like that or whether it's an ugly, scruffy goal. That's what Jude Bellingham is great at. We'll move it along one more. Trent Alexander-Arnold. This is one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to see him at left back if we were going to play someone like Wharton or Mainoo in midfield. Because I think, again, from these kind of positions, he's really comfortable coming inside. I think if we go back to the setup, let me just get rid of this for a second. You've got Kieran Trippier here, who when he comes inside into these kind of areas, he's not as dynamic, not as diminutive on the ball as someone like Trent, who I think has got real quality, one on both feet, as we'll see in a second, but also he just looks more comfortable in those kind of central positions. That's why Trent will take to that inverted fullback role really nicely, I think, under Arnie Slot next season, but that's for another video. Go back to here. Next example. Yes, we've got Leicester here. We've got that exactly the same. Back post, late run from, I think it's Salah or Firmino gets on the end of it. Goal. Again, left foot. Comfortable on both sides. It's not going to be all right-footed crosses from these positions. It's going to be left-footed as well. He's got that ability to get his head up. And one of the things you can't see in these examples, because I'm only showing you the images, is how quickly he shifts the ball out of his feet in these situations. He gets the ball, looks up, bang, it's gone. He's got that quality to deliver in an instant, almost like what Beckham had for England. Early crosses. You think about some of those early crosses from Beckham at Real Madrid as well. I think there's that amazing goal where Ronaldo runs onto it, the old Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo, runs onto it, volley. Beckham had that ability to ping those early crosses in, like Trent has got. I'm not comparing Trent to Beckham. But now we move on to Jude. You can see, I think it was Oxlade-Chamberlain there running at the back post. Now we move on to Jude Bellingham. Here. This is where I love Jude Bellingham. In these positions, yes, he's not been tracked brilliantly there. But he's got that ability to run in, make that same late run to the back post. I think it's Carvajal here on the ball. It takes a bit of deflection to get to him, but he still ends up putting it in the back of the net. He still snuffs out the chance. This one's from a set piece, back post again. I think one of his 3 headed goals in that league last season. This one I love so much because just out of the picture, I can't remember who it is that plays this pass over the top to Bellingham. But you can see the run that Bellingham wants to make. And again, this isn't a cross. We've got someone just out of picture here who scoops the ball over the top to Bellingham, who makes that run beyond the defence, and then he's there to slot it in. Again, I think it might be Vasquez on that side. It's not Valverde. Valverde's here. It might be Vasquez, I think, or maybe Ceballos or someone here. That's not important. You can see what is important is you can see Bellingham making that run again. And again, gets there just before the keeper. This one is my favourite one because it makes me think of this setup. You go back to the slideshow here. Let's go all the way to the end. Sorry, I've got to restart this, unfortunately. Teething problems, but we'll get there, guys. I hope you appreciate the effort in the video. You can see the position that Modric has picked up there. And you can see Bellingham already at that back post wanting to make that move. The ball gets cut back to Modric. And he floats a beautiful first time dinked ball over the top. And Bellingham, again, runs onto it. Header. He's just got that ability. And it makes me think of this kind of situation. Because if you want to pin these back a little bit more. Say you've got the fullback and the winger doubling up on Saka there. Everyone sort of gets pushed back a little bit. They're cramped. Let's move Trent forward a little bit here. If we give the ball to Saka. And Saka wants to go here. You've got 2 players that are going to want to stay tight to Saka. They're going to want to double up on him. Saka's got the ability to check back. They're trying to stop the run. You've got the number 8 that wants to get out to Saka. But Saka's got that ability to shift the ball and give it to Trent early there. And then if you look at Bellingham, you look at the run that Bellingham wants to make. It's in there. And Trent wants to find him. Sorry, that's the wrong way around. And Trent wants to find him. If you can get situations where you can almost isolate the fullback a little bit, but even if he doubles up on you, Saka's got that ability to cut back. Trent always has, for me, to be available in these areas. Because you've got Harry Kane that will drag the centre-backs out of position. They're going to be so focused on what Kane wants to do. He's going to want to drop in deep. They know that. They're going to have to go with him. And I think this could be really dangerous for England. This could be really, really dangerous. Oh, I've removed Bellingham there. Let me put Bellingham back. I've removed the wrong thing. Excuse me. Let's put Jude back in there. Perfect. You've got Trent Alexander-Arnold who wants to get that ball in early here. And I think it could be so dangerous for England. I really, really do. I really, really do. Let's remove this little box. And let's give the ball back to Trent as well. I just think this is I think this is smart from Gareth Southgate. I think a lot of people kind of see the idea of Trent being in the team as almost shoehorning him into midfield. I don't agree with that. I think you've got to find a way to get Trent on the pitch. Like I said, I'm comfortable with the idea of Trent at right back or left back. I'm fine with that. People see that left back is his best position. Right back is his best position. Naturally, of course. That's where he's played his whole career at Liverpool. But he has got the ability to go into these areas. And I think with Rice there as well, let's go back to this. Let's just go back to the setup. You've got Rice there who can cover this ground on his own. That can give Trent a bit of freedom as well to kind of maybe move over here. Bellingham to get closer to Kane. You've got I think it just unlocks a lot for England. I really, really do. I think Trent and Saka and Walker, nice little triangle there. I think that's a good relationship. I think as well, if we come back to this and we bring the winger and the fullback onto Saka, doubling up on him. Trent maybe in a little bit of a deeper position. Number 10 wants to get to him. Number 8 wants to close him down as well. How many times have we seen from Trent Alexander-Arnold that ability to produce quality moments, again, without thinking? He has got that. And Bukayo Saka, as much as Saka, when he's got the ball, will want to come into these areas, will want to come inside, Saka has also got the ability to go to the byline when he's got the ball. But here, he's off it. He's getting backed up by Walker. Again, who's that easy pass to Trent here, or is the easy pass to Trent there for England to maybe recycle, move it here, shift it left, go again. But what Saka can do is, because he's got that burst of pace, Saka's got the ability to make the run into here. They will try and shut that off, of course, but Saka can do it. And this is what Trent can do brilliantly as well. Find that pass into Saka. You're in, and then you've got Bellingham, you've got Kane, you've got Foden as well coming into the box. Of course, you've got the defenders here as well. But if you're able to get the ball to Trent early, he has got so little reaction time in terms of thinking ahead. He knows what he wants to do, Trent Alexander-Arnold. He knows what he wants to do before he's done it, before the ball even gets to him. And I think it just opens up so many possibilities for England. I really, really do. Let's look at some other aspects of this team as well, because it's not all about Trent, but I just think Trent is so key. I really do. Let's have a look at this. Oh, let's have a look at this. We've got Jude Bellingham's heat map here. This is in the Champions League. This is just the heat map in the Champions League. But we've also got his heat map for, for La Liga here. This area I'm really interested in, right? Because a lot of people are saying that Phil Foden can't play on the left-hand side. If we go back to the tactics board and we go back to this one for a second. Jude Bellingham is more than comfortable to come out here. Oh, that's not the right thing. Go arrow and then do that. Bellingham is more than happy to come here. He's more than happy to go there, which means Foden can come inside a little bit, get into these kind of areas a little bit more. Jude Bellingham is really comfortable playing in these positions, carrying the ball or running into that space. As you can see, again, from that season heat map, essentially his kind of average position for the season, really. A lot of it is in that left channel, whether that's running with the ball or whether that's drifting into those areas to receive it. He's more than comfortable out there. He's a great player one-on-one as well. And it just allows Foden to just come in here a little bit. Let's get rid of these. But you can understand what I mean. You can understand. I know people will look at it and think we don't really want Bellingham out here. But I think what the problem was the other night a little bit as well with England is you had Palmer over here who constantly wanted to get in these areas. And it was almost shutting Foden off a little bit too much. Whereas with Bukayo Saka, let's just move Bellingham back into the 10. With Bukayo Saka, you've got someone who is happy to do that, carry the ball in there, but he's also happy to go there with the ball and cut it back. Countless times for Arsenal. How many times did Arsenal hem teams in, cutbacks to the byline for Odegaard? Again, Martinelli, whoever was playing, or Trossard would do it on that left-hand side as well. And Saka's got that ability. Whereas I think Palmer, I just think if that is Cole Palmer rather than Bukayo Saka, and that's why for me Saka has to play, Palmer just wants to come in here too much. And again, that could be beneficial for Trent as well, who can go like that. Again, Trent's ability in these areas to get the ball into the box for the likes of Kane and Bellingham is great. But I just think Saka's the one for me on that right-hand side. And I think Bellingham being back in the team, like I was trying to say before, gives Foden so much more license because he will do this. He will do this, Bellingham. Whether it's picking up the ball. If we move everyone back just a touch, just so you can see. You've got Rice. Imagine everyone's just a bit further back. You've got Rice who will pick the ball up off the centre-backs. You've got Bellingham who will come in and pick the ball to Bellingham. Bellingham will be happy to carry the ball over there, especially with the fact that Trippier will want to come inside a bit. If this is Luke Shaw, Shaw can do this. Shaw will do that all day. We saw that when he was the left wing back in this system for England before. We've seen it when he's left back. He's more than happy to just bomb on, which again I think creates more room. If we just reset this, move everyone just back up a little bit into their kind of more attacking positions. Where's the ball? Oh, excuse me. Again, teething problems, guys, but we're getting there. Luke Shaw being back in that team really just allows Foden to operate in these kind of areas. And then him and Bellingham again can interchange. Bellingham can run beyond Kane into the channels. Bellingham is the key, but so is Trent. I really think Bellingham and Trent are going to be two massive players in the Euros this summer for England. I really, really do. Whether it's because of this, whether it's because of those late runs into the box, whether it's because of Bellingham's ability to carry the ball, whether it's because of his ability to get beyond Kane, whether that's Trent's ability to find him early. Again, there's been a lot of people saying that when we get to those knockout games, is Trent going to play in midfield? I think if Trent gets in from the start against Serbia and stays in, then I think he will. If he gets in, I think he'll stay in, and I think Trent will be in that midfield. And I think this here, Rice, Bellingham and Trent will be your midfield three. And I think it gives you really, really nice balance. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you enjoyed this style of video. There's something new I'm sort of trying a little bit here. I just wanted to illustrate to you how important I think Trent is going to be to this England side. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what your starting 11 would be for that first England game. And let me know how far you think England are going to get. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video. A lot more England Euros content coming. Peace.